Planet of the Apes, the original movie. I'm talking about the original film. I'm not talking about the remake, any of the new trilogy. Now, in this review series, I will be reviewing all 9 movies, so I will eventually talk about those. But in this review, I'm just talking about the very first Planet of the Apes movies for a first bit, because there are 5 of these original movies. I'm not going to talk about any of the TV movies or TV show stuff, because frankly, I would love to talk about those, but they're not on Disney Plus, and they're not easy to access. I think there is a TV show set that Fox did put out, but I think it's out of print and expensive, and yada yada yada. But it's just like I don't have much time to talk about all that before the new movie comes out. I know it's 3 months away, but like we still got 9 movies to talk about, so let's get into this first movie. I think what's interesting about Planet of the Apes is when this series first started with this movie and its sequels, it was a big deal, and it was a big movie franchise. But now it is a big movie franchise still, but only with the new movies and not any of the original movies. Original movies are kind of forgotten and kind of laughed at now because of the, costume and makeup and not looking as cool as the new ones, which is kind of unfortunate because this movie is still iconic. It's still in pop culture. It's still an important movie to cinema history. It's a really wonderful movie. It's just great. This movie is written by one of the writers of The Twilight Zone, and that's basically how this movie functions. I will be spoiling the twist of this movie, so if you're someone who, for whatever reason, you've only seen the new Planet of the Apes movies, and you've never seen the originals, and you don't know the twist of this movie, there's your warning. But basically in this movie, functions as a Twilight Zone episode, because you got these astronauts who crash land on this planet, and they're kind of wandering around, checking things out. They don't really know what's going on. And then these apes find them, kidnap them, and start treating them like animals. And that's where you get that iconic line, "Stop poking me, you damn hairy ape!" Very iconic line. And it's a great moment. And you got these amazing costume designs and makeup and just incredible stuff. I mean, it's awesome stuff. I know it's seen as goofy now for the newer generation, but I'm sorry, this stuff still holds up and is incredible. And so they don't know what's going on, and eventually, by the end of the movie, they realize, oh, this planet of apes that are hyper intelligent was Earth the entire time in the future. So they just arrived in the future, and the movie ends with that. It doesn't end in a happy way, in a really great way for this movie. And that's interesting because, that's a lot of how the Twilight Zone episodes would end. They'd end you with the horrific concept that you're going to think about or something like that. What if these apes took over the planet? End of story. That's it. And I think that's what makes this movie really strong and hold up. It's such an engaging movie because of that. And it reframes how you watch the whole movie in the first place, too. And it's a twist that makes sense, It's just one of the greatest film twists of all times. It's awesome. So, honestly, if you have not seen this movie and you really like those new Planet of the Apes movies, give it a try. If it doesn't work for you, I get it. But at the same time, I still think this is a wonderful movie that still holds up. And I think we need to start talking about these original movies. I think the sequels are part of the reason that we don't talk about these original movies as much. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But this original first Planet of the Apes movie is an incredible movie. It still holds up. Thank you guys for watching.